Hey, Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Today I want to talk about the three major airline incidents that we've been all presented with via our mainstream media. That is the Malaysian plane that disappeared in March of this year, the plane that crashed in Ukraine on July 17th. Also, both of those planes were operated by Malaysia Airlines. And the most recent crash, which is not Malaysia Airlines, but a very similar company, AirAsia. So let's begin with Malaysian Airlines. Let's just look right here at their symbol, you guys. What does this look like to you? To me, that looks like 33. And if you take their acronym, which is MAS, M is the 13th letter, A is the first, and S is the 19th, add those three letters together, it sums to 33, just like the name Sam. Think Uncle Sam. And look at the color scheme here, red and blue. All right, so they hub out of Kuala Lumpur just like AirAsia. Both of these airlines are out of here. The gematria of this name is 39. Very important number. If you've seen my post on New York, I've showed you how everything about New York is 39, including the United Nations, which is 39 floors there. Here's that acronym, Simple English Gematria. The establishment dates are curious, has the God number for when it was established. First commenced operations on a date with 11. Here's that gematria for Kuala Lumpur, 39. AirAsia is the most recent crash, the Indonesian plane. This is the airline where the plane went missing. Let us first notice that they were founded in the year 93. When I think of 93, I think of the occult religion Thelema. I also think of the 93 World Trade Center bombing. And with regards to the World Trade Centers, on the day of the attack, it was Flight 93 that crashed. And look how many passengers were on Flight 93, Truth Seeker. There were 33 passengers. 33, 7 crew, 4 hijackers for 44 total people. Think about the word kill and 44. The World Trade Centers were opened on April 4th, 1973. Better yet, this airline, AirAsia, they commenced operations on November 18th, Truth Seeker. November 18th is the 322nd day of the year. The 322nd day of the year, November 18th. Think about 322 and Yale's Skull and Bones. In our nation's history, the Jamestown Massacre occurred on March 22nd, giving rise to Virginia and independent identity from Britain. Also on March 22nd history, the Stamp Act occurred, which gave way to taxation without representation and what happened in Boston, at least so history is told. Also, it was the year 96 that they commenced operations. The word Freemason itself sums to 96, as does the religion Satanism. This date, 11/18/1996, has a numerology of 36. And if you've seen my post on the roulette wheel, I talked about how the roulette wheel has 36 numbered spaces. The highest number is 36. And the total sum, if you add all the numbers together on the wheel, is 666, 666. So think about the number 36. Just think about it. What are 3 sixes? Yes, it's 666. 3636 might be another way to say 666 in this occult numerology. Think of the hip hop group 3-6 Mafia. What do you think they're referencing? Also, just a little bonus gematria here. The word airlines is a word with 42 gematria, airways 33, luggage 33, travel can be 24 or 42 with the V exception. And then the word vacation is 31, like the foundational degree of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. Vacation, the foundation for all of this. Think about all the travel scares. Right now, CNN has a poll, is it safe to travel? They're asking people because of these disappearing airlines. Ridiculous question. Asking an audience who's not even aware of how many flights there are every day. Even if planes really did disappear like this, even if this wasn't a hoax, it would still be almost a non-fact because there are so many airplanes flying every single day. Think about how many car accidents there are, True Seeker. All right, so let me show you something else about these three major plane crashes this year. This most recent flight is QZ8501, and if they truly are making these up, there should be a rhyme and reason to it, and that's what I have been investigating. So let us notice that Q is the 17th letter. In numerology, 1 plus 7 becomes 8. Z is the 26th letter. 2 plus 6 equals 8. And 17 and 26, like Q and Z, are the gematria for the word God. And if you've seen my post on the Vesica Piscis, I've explained why these numbers are so significant. The Greeks said that this represented the matrix of life and all that happened in between it. And here we have it coded into this flight, but it's better than that. It's deeper than that. So then we have to ask ourselves, where does this number 8501 come from? Well, thanks to one of the readers of this blog and watchers of the YouTube videos, he noticed this, that if you take the numbers from the three major flights, this is the one that disappeared in March, MH-370. This is the one that crashed in July, MH-17. And this is the one that most recently disappeared. If you just take the numbers, 370 plus 17 plus 8501, you get 8888, a series of eights. 8 represents the infinite power. And notice QZ is also 88. The other two flights had the acronym MH at the beginning. It should be noted that the word hoax in simple English gematria also sums to 48. Just like that, Truth Seeker. Hoax is 48. And I've done other posts in greater detail and shown just how insanely coded all three of these incidents have been. But now that we have the third one to work with, we can see how they all come together. And notice that there's 3 incidents. And we talk a lot about 33, these threes. Also, Borneo in this most recent crash has been central in the story. Borneo is one of the few nations in the world with a gematria of 33, or this island. In the Malaysian plane story, Thailand was central in the story at the beginning. Thailand is also one of the world's few 33 nations. So you start to see how these 33 countries coincide with the 33 companies, which coincide with the stories all coded with 33. You see how this all is working together. You see how this is organized and waged against us. It's because all these entities are essentially operated by the same thing, the same cabal. I already did the video post on this, talking about how it disappeared at 7:24 a.m. If you can do this math, 7 times 60 for 60 minutes in an hour, that's 420. Plus 24 more minutes, 420 plus 24 is 444. In the case of the Malaysian Airlines story, they announced as an airline at 7:24 in the morning that their plane was missing. In this most recent story, it disappeared at 7:24. So both times have been central in both stories. And this 444th minute is another important number in this study of a numerology. In simple English gematria, so many things code to 74. To get a word value to English gematria, you multiply the simple English gematria by 6, and 74 times 6 is 444. Think about the words that are 74 and 444. They're words like English. They're words like gematria. They're words like Jesus. They're words like cross. They're words like pinnacle. And so many more. They're important numbers, Truth Seeker. Out of the 50 states, only one has a name that sums to 74 and 444, and it's Oregon, which is the 33rd state. Only the 33rd state has this. And think about Jesus and cross. It said that Jesus was crucified at the age of 33. Again, this all has to do with death as well, which these plane crashes are very much all about. They're tormenting us. They're saying there's families out there hurting, missing their loved ones, not knowing where they are. And we have to ask ourselves how this could even be possible at this day and age with all these cameras and surveillance and GPS. Never in the history of the world have planes disappeared like this, but now all of a sudden this year, two? It just doesn't make sense, Truth Seeker. And it gets even deeper than this. You start to look at these airline companies, such as Malaysian Airline Systems, they hardly even operate any of the world's planes, or a very small percentage of the world's planes, these massive Boeing jets. That's another thing I should show you, Truth Seeker. What I'm trying to say is this company hardly has any of the world's Boeing 777s, yet they're losing them. And look at Boeing in Jewish gematria, 113, if you wonder where this name comes from. And above, I showed you how the one airline was founded on a date with a 52 numerology who lost one of these Boeings. Again, the word heart in simple English gematria like this equals 52. So, yeah, True Seeker, it's just a bunch of coding. If you ever wonder why they hyphenate headlines like this so often, it's because they want you to find the numeric code in here. And it can be one of several gematria formats. There's simple English, there's Pythagorean, there's Jewish, there's even more. But check this out. Bottom of the sea is hyphenated here. So bottom of the sea, look at what it lines up perfectly with in Jewish gematria. Tragedy. And of course, this is a story of a tragedy. But it's just that, Truth Seeker. It's a story. Like when we go to the movies and are presented with sad stories. Unfortunately, we don't expect this from our mainstream media, but this is truly what is happening. All right. Until next time.